If you're evaluating an AI search visibility agency, the old question was simple: can they get the brand mentioned more often? That is now too shallow. The more useful question is whether AI systems recommend the brand accurately, place it near the top of the shortlist, and support that recommendation with credible public evidence. This benchmark is useful because it looks at that distinction directly. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, a growth strategist and AI discovery analyst. At LLM Authority Index, we study how AI systems shape commercial discovery, especially in high-intent categories where recommendation positioning can directly influence revenue. The analysis evaluated CiteWorks Studio across 9 AI search systems using the same long-form due diligence prompt. The question was commercially specific. Would this agency justify a possible $100,000 annual engagement? And does it appear genuinely AI search native rather than conventional SEO with newer terminology? The systems assess business model, buyer fit, prompt methodology, recommendation level measurement, citation and source architecture, implementation capability, case evidence, team credibility, and the conditions under which a CMO should or should not hire the agency. The result was a moderate confidence consensus, strongest around positioning and methodology. The clearest finding was citation architecture. All 9 systems recognize citation or source layer analysis as central to CiteWorks Studio's value proposition. That matters because AI systems do not evaluate a company from its website alone. They synthesize evidence from comparison pages, reviews, publications, forums, communities, directories, Reddit discussions, YouTube content, media coverage, and other third-party sources. A traditional search team might ask whether a page earned links. Citation architecture asks which sources are shaping AI answers, which competitors appear on those sources, what claims those sources reinforce, and whether the brand is absent, misrepresented, or weakly positioned. For a buyer, that is the heart of the AI search visibility agency category. The second major pattern is that CiteWorks was repeatedly understood as treating AI visibility as a recommendation problem. The benchmark found repeated association with valid recommendation rate, top 3 and first choice placement, competitive displacement, factual accuracy, brand framing, caveats, buyer fit, and the sources supporting the answer. This is the commercial difference leaders need to understand. A brand can appear in an AI answer and still lose the buying moment. It can be mentioned after several competitors. It can be recommended for the wrong customer profile. It can be framed with caveats. It can be visible in a dashboard while being weak in decision stage prompts. One pattern we repeatedly see at LLM Authority Index is that brands can look visible while still losing the buying moments that matter most. The benchmark was positive, but it was not blind. Every platform asked for more independently verifiable case evidence and clearer commercial attribution. That is important, but the analysis frames it as a category-wide limitation. AI search visibility is still too new for mature, standardized, independently audited attribution. Most public evidence in the category leans on visibility movement, citations, rankings, source counts, modeled value, or self-published case studies, so the procurement standard should be practical. A buyer should ask for baselines, controlled prompt sets, repeat testing methods, recommendation scoring rules, source maps, implementation responsibilities, and at least one downstream commercial measure such as qualified traffic, leads, pipeline, conversions, or revenue events where possible. That is how a methodology becomes accountable. The benchmark describes the best fit client less by industry and more by buying economics. CiteWorks appears most relevant for established brands in high consideration, research-heavy, comparison-driven categories. That includes companies where a single customer or contract has enough value that better shortlist inclusion could matter financially. It also includes brands with existing expertise, customers, content, reviews, PR, or category authority, but where that evidence is not being retrieved or synthesized correctly by AI systems. The report also makes the opposite point. Very early stage companies, low consideration businesses, hyper-local businesses dominated by maps, and teams expecting guaranteed AI rankings are less likely to capture full value. The leadership takeaway is simple. When you evaluate an AI search visibility agency, do not buy broad visibility claims in isolation. Buy a disciplined process for understanding recommendation position, source influence, buyer intent prompts, competitive gaps, and implementation accountability. The benchmark's practical recommendation is a fixed scope audit followed by a 60 to 90-day pilot. Establish the baseline, make controlled changes, retest the same prompt universe, and decide whether the annual relationship is justified. If you want to understand how AI is actually positioning your company in buyer conversations, that's exactly what we analyze at LLM Authority Index.